Hey guys, this is your boy, WWE Hall of Famer Stevie Ray, and I'm going to be coming to Boss Up Houston with my new podcast, The Stevie Ray. So, if you don't want to miss what's really going on, holla at your boy.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back again. A very, very long hiatus for us here at the Stevie Ray Experience. And I am your man, Stevie Ray, along with my boy, my partner in crime, Mr. Angel Corona. Angel, we've been gone for a while, man. What is going on, brother?
You know, it feels like a century, Stevie Ray. It feels like it's too long.
Feels like it's too long.
Too long, but man, it is good to be back. A lot of things been happening. And I'm ready to chop it up with the Hall of Famer, the WWE Hall of Famer.
Hey, I appreciate
Stevie
it,
Ray.
man. I appreciate it, man. I'm going to tell you something, brother. I've been working on a lot of things since we've been gone.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah, man. I told you I had my main man, Mr. Ronnie Shields.
That's right,
on my podcast, Straight Shooting with Stevie Ray. Anybody can go out there and look it up, Stevie Ray TV, become a subscriber, this, that, and the other. Also, Straight Shooting Stevie Ray is now going to be a part of Boss Up Network.
Let's go.
We're going to be a part of Boss Up Network.
That's awesome.
Along with the Stevie Ray Experience.
It's a bunch of Stevie Ray content right there.
Yeah.
You can never get enough of Stevie Ray.
Can't get enough.
Never.
But let me tell you something. While we were gone, I had to get some boxing news from Mr. Ronnie Shields.
Yeah, the so-called expert.
Yeah, so-called, Well, this time I found him. He was hiding in the shadows.
He finally answered the phone call, huh?
He finally answered the phone call.
Decided to open the door when Stevie Ray knocks.
And guess what?
What's that?
I told him he couldn't hide anymore. I told him, you're going to have to open up to your boy sooner or later.
That's right.
But I'm going to tell you something. We had very interesting conversation. Ronnie was upfront and forthcoming about every question that I asked him.
And you asked a tough question.
And ladies and gentlemen, Angel and I, we have to keep the boxing news going out there in a different kind of way. The way we talk about boxing is a little bit different than other people. Mm-hmm. So we had to get the real 411. And you know what he revealed?
What's that, Stevie?
That he is one of the top 3 trainers in America that Anthony Joshua is looking to come to America and train.
And that's interesting because I don't see any other two. I think Ronnie Shields, as much heat as we give Ronnie for picking fights, he really is good at training the fighters.
Well, yeah,
we'll give him that. We'll give him that.
Well, yes, we 100%. Got to give him that.
So if we can talk to AJ, hey, you need to go with Ronnie.
Well, this is the thing. This is the deal I made with him. If AJ chooses Ronnie Shields,
right,
who is going to be the first people to go over and talk to him?
Stevie Ray and Angel Corona.
That's it.
That's right. Dig in there, get all the good dirt.
Yes.
Get all the good scoop.
Yes.
The good highlights.
Yeah, we're going to do an in-depth. If he chooses to go with him now, we're going to go over and do an in-depth because you know what I found out?
What's that?
Anthony Joshua is a big fan of Stevie Ray.
Ooh, that's awesome.
He's a big fan.
He can learn a thing or two from you, Stevie Ray.
Yes.
Maybe he can learn your trash talking, right?
Yeah.
You know the Iron Paradise.
Right.
You learn a lot more things from Stevie Ray than he thinks.
So that's what's going to happen if things go, and we're hoping and praying that Anthony chooses Ronnie to go with, and we're going to be right there. When no other media is going to be invited, we will be right there representing Boss Up Houston. And guess what else?
What's that?
When he and Usyk go at it again. Well, maybe not Usyk, but if you're going to have a fight, maybe here in the States, we will be right there with press credentials.
That's right. Heck, you might even walk out with him.
I don't want to walk out with. I really don't want to walk out with foreigners. I mean, I got nothing against him, but I really don't want to walk out with Herbert. But that's what we're looking at right now, man. But I just wanted to get that out there. Now we're going to get to football. Angel, I'm going to come to you with this. What is wrong with our Houston Texans?
It's last week we lost 30-0, right?
Yes.
30-0. I mean, I don't remember the last time we put up a goose egg and got our butts kicked that bad. I mean, you have to think back to maybe when Kevin Banks was a starting quarterback, David Carr. I mean, we were on the bad side of things, Stevie Ray, and they just made a coaching change right now. I mean, not coaching change, a quarterback change.
Right.
They said, Tyrod Taylor, sit down. We're going to run with the rookie, David Mills.
Well, let me ask you this. Looking at the Texans the last few games, I've seen a few games where they came out looking good.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, no continuity whatsoever. These guys look like they've never played together before in some of these games.
Yeah.
And it's like basic fundamentals, basic pass routing, basic blocking, basically hitting the right gap, the A gap, the B gap, or either going outside. I mean, some of the stuff is so elementary that they can't do.
Right.
Now, if you ask me, one man's opinion, a lot of this stuff comes down to coaching.
Exactly. I think you hit it on the nail. I mean, you're doing elementary, fundamental things.
Right.
At some point, talent can only take you so far.
Only take you so far.
But you got to have coaching that leads you in the right direction. And, I mean, you talk about coaching, there's been some question marks in the past couple of weeks. I mean, as a coach, you want to play your best players.
Right.
And I want to say 2 weeks ago, one of our best defensive players, Justin Reed, was sat down inactive because he had a quote-unquote disagreement with the head coach. And then they cut Zach Cunningham, who they just paid a lot of money.
$43 million to be exact. Maybe a little bit more. Just going off the top of my head, what I remember.
Right, and I think it goes back to maybe the coach, David Culley's feeling a lot of pressure. And, when you lose 30-0, you're on the chopping block. You're on the hot seat.
I'm sorry, with all due respect, David Culley should step forward and be the patriot that he is. And cut himself. David Culley is not a head coach. This guy's an assistant coach at best. This guy wasn't even in the running for head coach of any team.
Right.
And then he lands here. This is beyond any sane man's comprehension when it comes to the Houston Texans, man. I'm sorry. The real head coach for this team is not on this team unless you move Lovey to head coaching. I wouldn't be surprised if Lovey sabotaged him on purpose.
Trying to get Culley out of here.
To get in.
Culley
is a Super Bowl. This is a Super Bowl head coach that took a team to the Super Bowl.
Right.
With a quarterback by the name of Rex Grossman. How gross is that?
In Chicago, they used to call him Rex, like driving a car. That's how bad he was.
I mean, Rex Grossman, man, this guy was never a starting quarterback. He never was, man. Matter of fact, all the games they won that year was won by the backup quarterback.
Yeah. Well, the defense, too, was
and
pretty good,
yeah. And the backup quarterback went on to have a pretty successful career. Kyle Orton, you remember him?
Yeah.
Kyle Orton went on to have a pretty successful career. Matter of fact, he should have stayed starting, and maybe they had a chance against the Colts that year.
That's right.
That was just me. Kyle Orton was a decent quarterback. But anyway.
Do you think David Culley makes it to the end of the year? Because
well, it's so close to the end of the year now.
I think what really saved him, Stevie Ray, what really, really saved him was our win against the Tennessee Titans.
I think so. And that I can't figure that win out. It was like Tennessee. Do you think Tennessee can't? I just can't see a Tennessee team that's very, very disciplined.
Right.
Coming in overconfident. But that day the weather was bad and just everything went just wrong.
Right, yeah.
Everything went wrong. Even when they would do drives, at the end of the drive, a fumble or interception, just like, I don't know, they had the monkey on their backs that day.
Yeah. It's one of those things where you play a team, 10 times.
Right.
And you're gonna beat that team 9 times, but that one single game was the Texans' chance, and I guess it lined up. All the stars aligned correctly for the Texans to win, because I didn't see it coming.
I didn't see it coming.
Best team in the AFC versus the worst team in the NFL.
Yeah. Maybe that had a lot to do with it. Maybe even though the coaches prepared them not to be overconfident, maybe the players were.
Yeah.
Because you've seen this Tennessee team just, drag very good teams. Like when they played the Rams, I'm like, that Tennessee team is.
They look like legit contenders.
I mean, goodness. And then come up against the Texans and they just forgot how to play football or something like that.
Forgot how to catch the ball. Forgot how to tackle.
Oh man, it was hard to watch. Even though I was rooting for the Texans, I was like, okay, this ain't gonna last, blah blah blah. But we saw it last. But the last thing on football that I'm gonna get through this first segment is that I have been. I could have swore I cut my phone. Sorry about that, guys. I have been in dismay.
I think I know where you're going with this one, Stevie Ray.
I have been in dismay. Just pulling my heart out. Just pulling my heart out, man. It's killing me. My Pittsburgh Steelers, man. It's been hard, man. People just don't know. People just don't know how hard this has been for me, man. And I pull with my Steelers even when they're having losing seasons and stuff like that. But this season here is a little bit different. I had never seen this kind of dysfunctionality with this team as a team. I can't remember when. I can't remember. You can't stop the run? Dalvin Cook looked like he was playing
Pee-wee.
junior high football. Who gets 10-yard holes on a hole so big a truck can go through on every down?
You can put
Who does that?
Put an 18-wheeler down that lane.
I don't know why the Vikings didn't. I don't even know why the Vikings threw the ball. Think about that. I don't even know why they threw the ball that day. We saw the Patriots do a whole game, and the quarterback threw the ball 3 times.
That's right, yeah.
Kirk Cousins should have threw the ball 5 times. And Dalvin Cook could have ran for 300 yards Thursday night.
Yeah.
Easily. That was the most excruciating thing I ever seen in Pittsburgh Steelers. I can't remember. I can't remember, man. That was. But then they started to make a comeback.
Yeah. High-scoring game.
They started to make a comeback. Chase Claypool catches a pass, rolls over, wants to give the first down sign. And brother, you got no timeouts. How do you not know situational football? You've been in the league, this is your 3rd year.
Right.
How do you not know situational football, especially on this platform on a Thursday night?
Primetime game, yeah. And not only that, it's a game that matters.
They needed that game.
They needed that game because now, it's looking slim. It's looking slim to go into the playoffs. And as an athlete, you get coached, you get talked about it, and for you to make a bonehead mistake like that, it's unacceptable.
Man, I just want to put that out there that I am in dire straits watching the Pittsburgh Steelers. Ben Roethlisberger looks like Jed Clampett from the Beverly Hillbillies when can't move, can't see blitzes. I mean,
he looked like he's one hit away from all of his bones just hitting his body. I mean, this guy looks like.
I'm looking at the ball. When Kirk Cousins throws it, it's like
it's a zip.
And I look at what Ben throws. Even when he got zip on it, the ball don't look the same. Mm-hmm. And that's just one of my dilemmas I was looking at the other night, which means to me, brother, it's just on your last leg. But with all that being said, we're going to take a break. And we're going to be right back. And I'll fill you in on a few other things that we missed out on and talked about over the last couple of weeks while we've been on our hiatus. This is the Stevie Ray Experience, and we'll be right back.
Hey singles, do you feel it? The feeling like it's time to start having fun again? If you do, then you're ready to celebrate with Events and Adventures. There's never been a better time to join than right now. Meet new people with a packed calendar of fun events, exciting adventures, and future memories. It's time to live life to the fullest, to high five, skydive, and feel alive again. That feeling is here at Events and Adventures. If you're single and ready to celebrate, visit eventsandadventures.com to get started. That's eventsandadventures.com.
This is Boss Up Houston, where we look up, stay up. Look up, stay up, and this is Boss Up Houston, where we look up, stay up, and boss up.
Want to be a boss? Let's talk business. Let's talk fashion. Let's talk health, fitness, community, lifestyle, and finance with Boss Up Houston, Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. It's Boss Up Houston, where we look up, stay up, and boss up.
AT&T Fiber delivers a faster internet experience than cable. Ask me how to get 300 megabits per second for only $35 a month, plus taxes and fees, with no annual contract, no bundles required, and unlimited internet data included. Call Boss Up Houston Network at 832-895-5095. Again, that is Boss Up Houston Network at 832-895-5095. Limited availability may not be available in your area. Speed change based on combined upload and download capacity of internet 300, internet 500, and internet 1000 for Xfinity selection and cost per 100 meg, 500 meg, 600 meg, 1 gig, and 1.2 gig cable services with uploads of 10, 15, and 35 megabits per second. Download max speed is 940 megabits per second for internet 1000. Speed vary, not guaranteed.
Are you single? Maybe you're divorced or new in town. It's time to meet your match with Events and Adventures. Whether you're low-key or adventurous, come hang out with tons of like-minded people at exciting group activities. The best part? Everyone is single. From happy hours and trivia nights to outdoor adventures and weekend getaways, Events and Adventures has something for everyone. We're all here for the same reason. So come be part of a community made for singles. Your match is waiting for you to make your move. Visit eventsandadventures.com to get started. That's eventsandadventures.com.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back on our second segment here at the Stevie Ray Experience right here, Boss Up Houston Network. I am Stevie Ray along with my main man, Mr. Angel Corona, and we are laying it down about a few things that we haven't talked about over the last couple of weeks because we've been on a hiatus. But we are back and in full force. One thing I want to talk about outside of sports, we talked about a little boxing, we talked about a little football. Well, something that happened while we was on our hiatus, and that was the trial of Ahmaud Arbery. Did you see any of that?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely a big talking point in the past, week and a half?
At least.
Yeah.
Now, the three men that was charged, the McMichaels, father and son, and one of their cohorts, Mr. Roddy Bryant. I was looking at the video when they were being handed down their sentences, or
yeah.
what they were charged of anyway, not their sentences. They haven't got to that yet. But I'm looking at old man Mike Michaels. They've cleaned him up, sent him to the barber.
Look presentable.
You know, went to the Men's Warehouse, bought him a couple of cheap suits, sent him down to the somebody to groom him up real good, and they looked okay in court.
Right.
But what got me was the face of Mr. Roddy Bryant, the one that took the video.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see his face?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to be honest with you.
What's that?
Angel. I actually felt kind of sorry for him a little. I don't know why. But I'm looking at his face, man, when that judge started handing down what he was accused of.
Right, yeah.
And whether or not he was guilty or not. And I'm looking at his face and, and I'm like, I know he was saying to himself, I shouldn't have never let them suckers talk me into going along with this.
At that moment, he realized.
My God, man, oh man, I shouldn't have never went out there and followed them Michaels. Now I'm accused of murder.
Right, yeah. Some serious stuff. And not only murder, but a trial that's, open up a lot of eyes. A lot of trial that's getting a lot of attention. So
yeah. You can see it on his face, man. The other two, the McMichaels, matter of fact, Travis, the one kid, the younger one, he gets up and defends himself. They put him on trial and said, I've had all this training into doing citizen's arrest and this, that, and the other. A citizen's arrest on somebody that hasn't done anything and you use guns to do it? You pull up, then he pulls up on the side of the guy and go, hey, stop. I need to talk to you. Okay, you pull up on a black guy who's jogging, all right?
Right, yeah.
And he sees two white guys in a pickup truck that pulls up aggressively and saying, hey, stop. I need to talk to you. And you got two shotguns.
Yeah, like what?
And your dad is in the back of the truck like an episode of the Rat Patrol. The whole Army movie where the guy, they had those Jeeps with the rifles in the back, and one guy stands up and shoots.
Those custom-made little,
and I'm like,
pit holes or something.
This guy in the back with a shotgun, you in the front seat with a shotgun, and you pull up beside me. If I'm jogging, let me put myself in that position.
Right, exactly.
I'm jogging. A pickup truck pulls up beside me. Hey, stop. I want to talk to you. And I just happen to look back.
The hell do you want?
You really think I'm going to stop? I mean, that was mind-blowing, bro.
Yeah.
And this guy was talking about it as if it was normal. Because the prosecuting lawyer said, well, why did you expect him to stop? He sees two men with guns. Well, usually when we pull up on people, they stop. What?
So you've done this how many times?
That's exactly what the judge, not the judge, but the lawyer, the prosecuting lawyer. See, how many times have you?
It's a typical Tuesday afternoon for you.
Yeah, with guns, not pulling up on your buddy or some kid riding a bicycle.
Yeah, or your neighbor.
Hey, kid, get off. Get over. You're too far in the street or something like that.
Yeah.
This guy was talking as if this was normal. Then he said, Travis, was in fear of his life.
I mean, you just got to stop right there. I mean, how are you in fear of your life? The guy's jogging. You have ammunition. You have deadly weapons.
He said,
but you're in fear.
He said, Ahmaud Arbery came at him and raised his T-shirt up as if he had a I can't make this up.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is beyond any sane man's comprehension, bro. I mean, a guy jogging with gym shorts on and a T-shirt, yet you have not witnessed him doing anything. You're assuming that he's done something based on your bias.
Right.
Because everything he brought up about somebody fishing poles got stole out of a boat or something like that. I mean, if you're coming by in broad daylight and stealing fishing poles, where you gonna hide them in your back pocket?
I mean, even with the technology these days, you can only fold them up about 3 feet at best.
Well, how do we know they were the fishing poles that folded up?
Exactly. I mean, you don't.
And the guy that owned the boat and everything said, no, well, that wasn't true because the fishing poles, the guy that owned the house that was being constructed.
Yeah.
He said, I don't know. I didn't report it to the police because I didn't know where they got stolen at.
Right.
Because they had moved that boat from that house 70 miles to where he lives now.
Yep.
So the fishing poles could have got stolen by the people that transported it.
Yeah.
If they stopped and got gas, or they could have got stolen from wherever he put the boat at, where he is, and somebody took it. So how are you going to lay that on the guy that jogged through this neighborhood? I ain't got nothing better to do, and I'm going to steal fishing poles and then go down the street like Huckleberry Finn and don't nobody see me? I mean, come you
it don't add up.
Who steals stuff and don't know, and you ain't got nowhere to hide it?
Right, exactly.
Okay, that was one of the things that he said he was concerned about. And then he said something about, it was on videotape that he went into the house. But the guy that owned the house said, I'll never show the tapes to them, so how would they know that?
Mm-hmm.
How would you know that? Even if he was in the house, which he was.
Right.
The guy said, well, wasn't nothing stolen that I can see. And even if it was, you go get a gun with your dad, and then you go hem a guy up and then shoot him. And then say, oh, no, he was attacking me, unarmed. How does that work?
It almost sounds like it was pre-plotted. Like they wanted that type of trouble. They wanted to figure it. It just sounds premeditated.
Right.
Of a hate crime. Let's be honest.
Yeah, because when he was running down the street, somebody testified that Travis said, there he goes. What does that mean? So this wasn't spontaneous.
Right. They know their target.
Right. There he goes. Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
Something to that effect. And then he attacked him. You got a shotgun, and somebody dumb enough to attack. You got a shotgun, and you get attacked. Those guys should get everything that's coming to them. 100%. But Roddy wanted to cry, man. You know, you can see it going through his head.
Poor cameraman.
You know, you can, man, I felt so bad for the guy in a lot of ways, even though I knew he was complicit with everything that happened, because in Georgia, if it hadn't have been in Georgia, Roddy probably would have got a break. I'm not saying he wouldn't have got punished, but he probably would have got a break. In Georgia, the law states that if you are complicit in any way, shape, or form with a crime like that, in any way, shape, or form, it's like an umbrella. The law covers it like an umbrella. If you see what I'm saying.
Yeah. Almost as if you did it yourself.
Yes.
Because you were an accomplice.
Yes.
In some way, shape, or form.
That's a Georgia law. And where do they live? In Georgia. That's where they live. And I know after because see, the police came and picked up the McMichaels first. They didn't pick up old Roddy till a few days later.
Yeah. He thought he was in the clear.
Yeah, I think Roddy was like, hey, woo, man, you know what I'm saying? That's what they get.
He probably installed an extra lock on his door and just, thought he was in the clear. No, sir.
Then one day Roddy heard, who is it? Police, we're looking for Roddy Bryant.
Probably had an accident on himself right then and there.
What did I do, sir? You've been arrested for the murder of Ahmaud Arbery. What? I did not do nothing. Then they throw him in jail. His lawyer, now get this. Mm-hmm. This is how ironic this is. This is poetic justice. Mm-hmm. His lawyer takes the tape of which he videoed and put it out to the public because he was trying to show that his guy didn't do anything.
Right.
But you know what the lawyer didn't know? That Roddy was on the police video telling the police what he did, how he tried to block him twice. Not once, but twice. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you just wasn't an innocent bystander.
Right. You kind of snitched on yourself.
Yeah. But see, the lawyer couldn't have known that he was on, the police video. Police video is one thing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Probably didn't know he had anything. So he'd already confessed. You already confessing to the police. Mm-hmm. And then that's what happened. So if that videotape never came out, if the lawyer never put the videotape out, I don't know if it would have came out or not. They would have all three of them would have got off scot-free.
Yep. 100%.
Yes. But be that as it may, that's something I want to talk about, guys. But we're going to take another break. This is the Stevie Ray Experience, and we will be right back.
Events and Adventures knows how to make the most of being single. Get social, in person, try new things, and just have fun. Join Events and Adventures. We've been doing the single life right for over 30 years. 30 great events every month. Just visit eventsandadventures.com.
Hey guys, it's your girl matchmaker, comedian Amber Neal, and today I am bringing you my brand new book, hot off the press, guys. I have so many copies of these. Please get one, okay? It is called How My Kitty Betrayed Me, and it's about the women's lib movement and how one thing they don't tell you is, yes, we want money, education, and rights like men, but one thing that the women's rights movement doesn't explain to you is how we're still women. We still attach, we release a chemical in our brain that attaches us to every single person we have sex with. It's called soul ties. And one thing I can tell you that will keep you from your God-given purpose, let your kitty betray you when you get distracted, okay? All I'm trying to say is, we want all the same rights as men, but at the end of the day, picking your partner is the most important decision you'll ever make. And so I challenge you to get a copy of my book today so that you can learn from my mistakes that I made, thinking that, hey, if men can do it, so can we. But trust and believe, after being a single parent for 25 years, your kitty betrayed you, okay? Get your copy today, amberneal.com. Or more information, go to Amber Neal Show on Facebook. Get your copy. I'll be glad to autograph it and send it out to you today.
Hi, this is T. Foxy Wyckoff, and this is Let's Talk Business and Real Estate, where faith, hope, and determination comes alive. You can't talk business without talking real estate. Oh. Come follow me. The Lord will bless your barns, and He will bless your hands and everything you put them to do. The Lord will bless the property in which He's giving you. Tune in to Let's Talk Business and Real Estate on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. on the Boss Up Houston Network.
Hey singles, do you feel it? The feeling like it's time to start having fun again? If you do, then you're ready to celebrate with Events and Adventures. There's never been a better time to join than right now. Meet new people with a packed calendar of fun events, exciting adventures, and future memories. It's time to live life to the fullest, to high five, skydive, and feel alive again. That feeling is here at Events and Adventures. If you're single and ready to celebrate, visit eventsandadventures.com to get started. That's eventsandadventures.com.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back again. This is the Stevie Ray Experience right here on the Boss Up Network. Now, I had just gone through a few things that's been bothering me since I've been on hiatus. Been a lot of things bothering me. Angel?
Yeah. Like a Santa Claus list, huh?
A lot of things bother me all the time, man. I'm just one of those guys that's just bothered.
Yeah.
I'm just bothered by a lot of things, man. But I had to put those things out there because
suckers got to know, Stevie.
They needs to know. They needs to know. See, I had to talk about this on a couple of my other podcasts. I had to talk about some of the political things that's going on. I had to talk about some of the sports things that's going on.
Right.
I had to talk about a few other things that's going on. But I haven't had a chance to talk about it on Boss Up Houston Network. I hadn't had a chance to talk about things on the Stevie Ray Experience. Now, one thing that I did enjoy was the Soul Train Awards. And they didn't have people like Jennifer Lopez out there. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it immensely. Very, very, very entertaining, man. Very entertaining.
They still have that on the BET channel? Or they moved it?
No, it's on, the BET channel.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember watching those, like, they would replay them at night.
Oh, they still replay them. It was just last week it was on, so you probably can catch it. They're probably showing it periodically on one of the BET channels or on the streaming channel also. So very, very entertaining, man. I think a very good job. Some of the best live performances that I've seen in a long time. And it was great, man. It was just great. I'm glad Smokey Robinson didn't show up. You know, Maxwell got the award for his career. Great entertainer, super voice. It was great, man. But I was just glad, you know, people like Jennifer Lopez wasn't invited. Trying to steal the show with that Vegas act of hers, you know, just. You know,
trying to poof out her hair.
Then trying to, man. And I'm still not over those demonic things she said about Wesley, one of my favorite actors.
That's right.
Every time I see something musical, I think about her, you know. But I can't let her get to me anymore. I'm trying to be over it, man.
I heard she's with Ben Affleck now. She was spotted at the Lakers game.
I saw that at the Lakers game.
Yeah. I guess she's into Batman now.
You know what she's into?
What?
Trying to get her face out there wherever kind of way she can. She's trying to stay relevant.
That's right.
I mean, remember, her career was virtually dead. Dead. Until they put her on American Idol.
I forgot about that, yeah. She was on a hiatus. You talk about hiatus.
Yeah, she was on
Jennifer Lopez was on a long period hiatus, and then
she got on American Idol, of which I still don't understand. How can you critique someone's talent when it comes to the musical voice?
Right.
Really? How many computers have enhanced her voice?
How many microphones? How many?
You know what I'm saying?
How many DJ discs?
And these young kids are out here with the chops, man. With the chops.
Right.
What I think you need to do is your freestyle needs to be a little. Shut up! Really? How many awards you've got? Some kind of vocal award for?
Yeah.
I'm just Jenny from the block. Who can't sing that? Give me a microphone. Angel, give me a mic right now. I will sing. I will sing that song. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Those songs, anybody can sing.
I mean, it sounds like a computer on some of them, yeah.
Yes. And you critiquing people on voice? That was worse than Nicki Minaj.
She was on there too?
Yeah, she was on there for a season.
What is American Idol doing? People still watch that?
Apparently. Yeah, Nicki Minaj was on there.
Oh, no.
Yeah, she only lasted a season, though. I don't even know if it was the whole season.
They probably cut her out.
Yeah, I can't remember the whole season. Nicki Minaj, a rapper.
Yeah.
Critiquing people that sing. How does that work?
I don't get it, Stevie Ray. I really don't.
It goes to show you that everything is a work.
Yep.
Every single solitary thing out there as far as the entertainment business, as far as television, as far as the news, as far as politics, as far as anything that you see on a television or hear on the radio is all a work and someone is behind it. You ain't got to believe me. I talk about these things on a couple of my other podcasts, you know, the Stevie Ray theories.
Conspiracies.
I don't like to call it conspiracies.
Theories.
Theories. Because when you use conspiracy, people think
it's wrong, or it's like you're just diving into a deeper hole to make yourself believe something. But a theory can be backed up, right?
Yes, if you have facts. Yes, I have facts. Like I said, that Jennifer Lopez thing, the first one was to, I still don't understand that, Smokey Robinson, endorsing the deal with this scary eyes. Then she got a Vegas thing coming up. That's what that was all about.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then she wants to talk about Wesley. I mean, all these years and went back, that movie, Money Train, was made like in the early 90s, early mid 90s. And now you want to say something about the man all these years later? And then you're at the basketball game with Ben Affleck, who you almost killed his career once before. If Ben Affleck had any sense in that stupid head of his, I wouldn't be caught dead at the basketball game. Because the people have what they call a G rating. When he got with her, his G rating plummeted.
Yeah.
I should tell you something right there. Then maybe he's in desperate mode right now, too, to try to stay relevant, since he's not Batman anymore.
Yeah,
Is he Batman?
I don't know. I think he had 1 or 2 movies in Batman, but probably the worst Batman I've seen.
You think he was the worst?
I wasn't a big fan of him.
Me either.
Because he was too much of that love story type of soap opera movie actor. And
I did like George Clooney.
Clooney was good.
I like George Clooney.
I like Bell as well. Christopher Bell.
I like Christian Bell too.
Who's the other? I think there's a new guy, the guy from Twilight. Apparently he's going to play
the
a new
new
series of
the new
Batman.
One.
Yeah.
The other kid, the Australian kid, was before him.
Yeah.
What was his name? Grell or something like that. I can't remember his name. But he was good too. We'll see. I think the guy from Twilight is going to be pretty good.
Yeah.
I think he's a hell of an actor. I like him.
Maybe get a tan, but.
Well, the movies can
make you look a certain way.
Yeah, because he whiter than white. He looks like
whiter than these umbrellas, right?
Yeah, he should be in Night of the Living Dead. Well, maybe that Twilight was a vampire stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he was so white.
There we go. Yeah. There's a reason behind it, right?
Yeah, maybe that's why he was so white. Night of the Living Dead. It's about vampires. It is what it is, though. But I just had to get that off my. There's certain things I got to get off my chest, man. But every day, every morning I get up and I turn on the sports stations. I've never heard one basketball team get talked about on a daily basis so much as the Los Angeles Lakers.
And it seems...
Can you figure that out for me?
Yeah, it seems like they'll pick them apart by quarter. That's how so much are dissecting this team.
Have you ever seen anything like this?
No. I get you have LeBron. I get you have Russell Westbrook, Anthony Davis. Mm-hmm. You have a lot of stars. And a lot of those, centers or those studios are based in Los Angeles. But, geez, if you want to do a Los Angeles segment, just do a Los Angeles segment.
They do.
So the rest of the world can, the rest of the country can enjoy the other sports and the other teams that are going on because – man, okay. It gets exhausting just listening to it.
I'm like, I've never heard, this is the honest to God truth. Anybody knows I've been around a long time. I've been following sports for a long time. I have never heard of a basketball team being talked about during football season.
Yeah. More than the actual football season.
That's my point. I've never heard, usually people don't understand this if you follow sports. Usually basketball is kind of talked about in generalities during football season.
Yeah.
The Knicks beat this team, Lakers beat this team, Charlotte beat this, blah, blah, blah. And you hear about that because football just dominates everything during football season because there's so much of it. And it's only 32 teams and they only play once a week. You got a whole season talk, they play 82 games. Mm-hmm. They play 82 games. And usually nobody start paying attention to professional basketball until Christmas Day.
Exactly. I was just about to say, the media gives a good push to basketball because Christmas Day they have a huge amount of games.
Right.
And they have these jerseys, they have all these networks covering it. And then from there, it peaks back down and it picks back up in March.
It takes back up in March.
And so
maybe late February.
Maybe late February after football's done. But yeah, you're right.
You ever noticed that?
They start in October, high boom, big audience. peaks back down, give a big push in December, December 25th, your Christmas Day, goes back down.
Right.
But, yeah, I mean, now they're just, it's like steadily climbing. They skip over football. I don't know if they have enough football analysis over there, but, you know.
I mean, it's like you don't really know if you're just waiting for unless you're reading the paper and follow blogs and stuff like that. You really don't really know what's going on in basketball until December, late December.
Right.
Because a lot of people don't even know the season starts a couple of months before that. And, I mean, maybe they do, but they don't pay attention. It's hard to pay attention to anything while football is going on because you got so much college football and you got so much pro football that basketball, kind of like baseball, gets lost in the shuffle. You know, so that's like they don't even really push it. They'll talk about the games a little bit as to who beat who, but not get into these different, you know, diatribes about certain things that's going on with a team and this, that, and the other. And this player wants to get traded, and oh, this guy would be a good fit for this team and this, that, and the other. Maybe it's so much sports analysis going on right now that they don't have a choice. I don't know. But at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get back into that because I know Angel has a lot of it to coming here to talk about, because in our next segment, we're going to get into the Angel Report. That is right here, Boss Up Houston Network. We'll be right back at you.
Marriedate is for committed couples that are either engaged or married and would like to keep the dating in their marriage, fight for the family, and lower the divorce rate one couple at a time. We plan 30 to 50 events a month that include workshops, seminars, webinars, experts, and events all around town. This is for couples that want to develop friendships with other like-minded couples that take their marriage and vows seriously. We will also be offering premarital help so that you will not be a statistic. Would you and your partner like to take international vacations together with other couples and at group rates? When you are home, you will learn your city as you go to each new event. Your membership includes all of our locations. We take the guesswork out of creating, having, and keeping a strong marriage. Contact us today.
For our last segment of the show. This is the Stevie Ray Experience, and at this time we do a little piece where we call the Angel Report, and Angel takes it and lays it down. Angel, what is going on in the world of the Angel world today?
Yeah, man, it's exciting time, Stevie Ray. I mean, you got basketball, you got football, but let's talk a little bit about some combat sports, Stevie Ray.
Okay.
We got a big fight tonight. Two big fights.
Yes, we do.
UFC 269.
Right.
You got, Charles Oliveira, who's the 155-pound champion, facing Dustin the Diamond Poirier. I mean, the guy who knocked out Conor McGregor, the guy who's getting a lot of buzz as of lately. I mean, this is exciting.
Well-deserved.
Well-deserved. He's had a long career. I mean, he's had ups, he's had downs, he's had peaks, he's had valleys. And for me tonight, I think Dustin Diamond Poirier gets it done, and he's a new 155-pound champion.
Okay, let's pull for that.
But
you better watch out. Oliveira can really stop people with submissions.
Yeah,
He's
exactly.
got to look out for the submissions. But I'm pulling for Poirier.
And then you also have the co-main event. You got the baddest woman on the planet. You got the baddest woman on the planet, Amanda Nunes, versus some say her biggest test yet, the Venezuelan vixen, Miss Juliana Pena. I mean, she can wrestle her tail off. And in the past, I mean, when you see Nunes lose, she has lost before.
Yeah, she has.
It's against a dominant wrestler who gets her tired and beats her up, grounds and pounders. So it's going to be an interesting co-main event. I think she's a big-time underdog. But, I mean, if I had some extra money and I was in Vegas, I'd put some money on the Venezuelan vixen.
And I will tell you this. You will lose your money as swiftly and as fast as you put it on her. I'm telling you right now. The Venezuelan vixen might go 3 rounds.
Yeah?
I'm telling you right now, this is what I know about Nunes. She wants the challenge. She wants the challenge. And she wants to dominate the challenge. But I know anything can happen in a fight when 2 people are equally matched. But I got to go with Nunes. I got to.
Maybe I got a soft spot for Venezuelans, but I'm pulling for.
Well, I do too.
For Pena.
I got a soft spot for Venezuela too.
I love them.
Yes.
But let's move on, Stevie Ray. Mike Tyson is back in the news again. I mean, this guy is. He talk about hiatus. This guy took a big hiatus after his career was over.
Right.
And then now, as of late, the past 3-4 years, this guy's been the talk of the town.
Yeah.
And so now,
a bit more than that.
Right. So now he's set to make his in-ring debut again in February of 2022. Now there are some rumors out there that he's gonna fight a gentleman who fought Floyd Mayweather. He's gonna fight Logan Paul. This is crazy.
You know what?
You like it?
I love it.
You love it? Why is that?
Because if Logan Paul runs in against Mike Tyson like he did against Floyd Mayweather, throwing those punches like a little
slap,
like a little Catholic school girl that just got off the bus at 12 years old.
Right.
Mike Tyson is going to put him on the critical list. And if he's on the critical list, I will help with the GoFundMe. Because he's going to need robotics. He's going to need robotics to come out of this coma. I'm telling you that right now.
Man,
he ain't got enough money to cover his medical bills.
I definitely think that'll happen. I really think Mike Tyson's going to knock him out. But if I'm Mike Tyson's team, manager, whoever, why would you take this fight? Because I get the money aspect. Don't get me wrong. I get the entertainment. I get it's a new era. But I know you're past your prime, but that hurts your Mike Tyson aura.
Well, in a lot of ways.
I'd rather lose to a boxer.
Take it away. In a lot of ways, even when he fought Roy Jones, that was an exhibition.
Correct.
This is an exhibition. This is not they're not making it a legal boxing match where they go to the commission and all that. So in essence, this is an exhibition too. And I think as long as you keep it at the exhibition level,
right,
I think you got something.
See, and this we'll touch on this real quick. The casual fan doesn't know the difference between an exhibition and an actual sanctioned fight. So I've heard people say, "Oh, this guy actually fought Floyd Mayweather. This guy actually fought some Japan kid." I'm like, dude, it's an in-ring pro wrestling, so to speak, debut.
Well, you know who started it all?
Who's that?
I think it was.
Was it Shamrock?
Might have been Muhammad Ali.
Okay, yeah.
When he fought Antonio Inoki in an exhibition. And they've been going on since.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know about some of the exhibitions that has gone down in past years because they wasn't born and nobody really
and the
talked
media
about
wasn't as big to cover expeditions because they were thinking like, oh, this is just a joke.
Exactly.
So,
but they've been out there before.
Yeah.
Chuck Webner against Andre the Giant.
Yeah. Hulk Hogan fought Rocky Balboa
in the movie.
Yeah.
Apollo Creed fought a Russian.
There you go.
And died. So that's what I'm looking. That's what I'm looking at for this fight. A man has died in an exhibition. It was in a movie.
Yeah, but it could happen. I mean, you don't know. But let's move on to some other boxing news. Let's talk about the other Paul brother. Jake Paul is gonna set a rematch with Tyron Woodley.
Yes.
I mean, the first one was pretty competitive.
It was.
And it was very entertaining.
It was. I would have to give them that. They really entertained me, and I loved it. I still got it on tape.
Who do you have for the second one?
I think if Woodley could have pushed the pace, he would have won the first fight.
Yeah, definitely.
Because he was the only person that really landed a shot that hurt.
And I think in this one they have a clause of if Woodley knocks Jake Paul out, he gets an additional $500,000. Because that was the excuse the first time. He had a clause, quote unquote, that he couldn't knock Jake Paul out. So Jake Paul responded saying, all right, I'll put my money where my mouth is, and if you knock me out, an extra $500,000.
Okay, well, what about the fight with Tyson Fury's brother? What happened with that?
His cousin.
Yeah,
his cousin Tommy Fury had an undisclosed injury and had to pull out of the fight.
Injury doing what? You can't even throw a punch. What do you do? What do you do? Hit himself in the jaw?
Allegedly, he had a infection in his pectoral muscle. I've never heard of a bacterial infection inside of a pectoral muscle, but
yeah, unless your pectorals got implants,
or unless you use a lot of cologne, or I don't know.
I've never heard of that myself.
But yeah, I mean, because it just had.
I've been around gyms all my life. Oh man, there's no openings unless you
did something from within.
Right. If you say you tore it or stretched it or something like that, and it became, a little bit more inflamed or something of that nature. Okay, I can understand that. Maybe, possibly, allegedly. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, let's jump back into it, Stevie Ray. Your boy Tiger Woods is back in the golfing game. He had that horrific accident in which we may think other things than the actual people talking about it because we know facts. But he's back in the PNC Championship. He's going to play along with his son. Is this good for golf?
Yeah, the son is. The son is, yeah.
Yeah.
Tiger, didn't he just have a press conference a week or so ago?
Yeah.
And he talked about he doesn't know if he could ever get back to the level of which he was.
Yeah.
And what level was that? I haven't seen it in years. So, what level is he talking about?
Maybe we'll get some more questions answered about that wreck accident that
I don't think
nobody's wanting to deep dive into.
Yeah,
besides us.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah, why don't he talk about how the man drive down the road that don't know how to drive and don't even hit the brakes when he starts rolling the car over? Why don't he talk about that? Mr. Peach Cobbling Asian.
All right, let's move on, Stevie Ray. The Houston Rockets have been hot as of lately.
Yes.
And they won 7 straight.
Yes.
7 straight. And I know we've been talking about them in the past, but they are the first team in NBA history to win 7 straight after losing 15 straight games. You want to talk about a flip-flop?
Oh, man. And it took a Herculean effort.
That's right.
From arguably the best basketball player in the world to beat him.
That's right.
I mean, it's hard to stop that man. The Greek freak. He went freak out on the Houston team, man. I mean, they had no answer for him.
Yeah.
But I think some of those young guys that they pulled up from the G League, they're out doing their thing. And Houston, I'm glad to see them doing their thing and possibly getting to that level where they can compete with anybody in the NBA.
Yeah, I mean, it's exciting, too, because you look at the Texans. I mean, we can't cheer for those guys, So now we got the Rockets. Like, let's continue to push forward and let's get better as a team,
Right.
But, yeah, that's going to be all for the Angel Report, Stevie Ray.
Well, man, that was a handful. But the Houston Rockets, man, I kept people, I'm in the gym working out, something like that, and people come up and want to talk about different things. And people would always ask me, man, what do you think about the Rockets? I said, man, they're going to get it together. Because if you look at them, they show flashes. They just don't know how to win.
Yeah.
But they show flashes. But you can see it coming together now, slowly but surely. People are starting to learn. People think sports is just something, just because people are getting paid a lot of money and doing this, that, and the other, that it's just supposed to, it's just supposed to happen. Don't work like that. Not in professional sports, because everybody else are professionals also. And that's why I have a problem with how, they got to possibly all these Hall of Famers on one team. But these Hall of Famers, a lot of them at the end of their careers.
Right. And you think about it, once you're claimed Hall of Famer, you probably have maybe a couple of games left. If you say, you're playing with a future Hall of Famer,
right?
Then
you're playing with a definite Hall of Famer. Man, he's one step away from being in the Hall of Fame.
one
step away from
coaching or something.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, come on, man. It just freaks me out how people think things are supposed to happen by osmosis, man.
Sometimes you got to enjoy the process and really watch these young kids grow up, because we don't know what they're going to be.
Exactly.
They might be a Hall of Famer one day.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't know.
But sometimes, like you say, it's cool to watch the journey when people go through the hard times and the hardships, and then all of a sudden, man, you see them on the winning side, and you say, man, I remember when these guys, couldn't get out of their own ways.
I remember when they lost 17 straight or whatever the number was,
Exactly. But ladies and gentlemen, We appreciate everybody riding along with us today on the Stevie Ray Experience. We're glad to be back right here on Boss Up Houston Network. And another installment, another great installment, right here on the Stevie Ray Experience. So with all that being said, for my man Angel Corona, I am Stevie Ray, and we will see you next time. Boss Up Houston Network, Stevie Ray Experience. Peace.
Peace.
Hey guys, this is your boy, WWE Hall of Famer, Stevie Ray, and I'm going to be coming to Boss Up Houston with my new podcast, The Stevie Ray. So, if you don't want to miss what's really going on, holla at your boy.